Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jemima. I'm sure you've noticed the change of my background. I'm at home for Christmas holiday and getting a quiet place to film this video. Oh my god, it has been a Herculean task. So if you live in a Nigerian home you would understand the struggle getting a quiet place to film a YouTube video during the festive period. So finally I was able to find this quiet place. So I just really want to get done with this video. So thank you so much for the nice and encouraging comments that I received in my JAMB story series. Thank you so much. So in this particular video, and if it's too long, definitely to get a part 2 or part 3. This particular series, I'm going to be replying to your questions. I'm going to be replying to your comments in my JAMB story video series. So I have the screenshot. I've screenshot every single comment and video that is worth replying to. So that's what I did here in my phone. So I'm going to be replying it. So I'm going to reply randomly, so I'm not using any particular order. So this first person, I don't know if it's okay if I mention the name, or probably I'll skip the name part. This person said, "You're most lucky that UNN did not work." Lumao, okay, laughing my ass out. You don't want to be here, trust me. Okay, well, about that, I strongly believe that if God has given me admission into UNN, that simply means that is where he wants me to be. So I don't know, but that's just my opinion. So thank you so much for looking out for me. Yes, I know. Thank you. Next person said, "Jesus, you're really ready for this medicine." Omo, yes, of course I was. I really wanted it. I really needed it, and when it wasn't forthcoming, I had to look for something else to do. And when it was my time, the admission came finally. So this other person said, "Babe, what was your mother's reaction to your JAMB score?" You know, Nigerian mothers now, my mom has always been supportive. She's always been my #1 fan. So even when everybody was I'm disappointed in you, why should a bright girl like you score this and score that, my mom has always been by my side. So she wasn't one of those who added stress to my life. She actually saved me from suicidal thoughts and depression. So I would give her that credit. And the other person said, "Did you ever feel pressurized to get good grades because of your parents' reputation?" I mean, come on, when you're a first child of 2 academicians, yes, I've always been pressurized to have good grades because of my position in the family as a first daughter, and my parents' occupation, my parents' reputation, people around me in the church, at school. Everyone was just expecting so much from me. So yes, I actually felt pressurized to have good grades. So I would tell that person yes. So this other person said, "Okay, why did you not do WASC November, December for private candidates instead of going to school to wear uniform?" The reason why is that when I realized that I need to write WAEC again, the registration for the WASC private candidate had ended. So what I had to start preparing for was to prepare for the secondary school. So I was like really crunched with time. That was late 2015. Yes, that was late 2015 that I realized that I had to write WAEC again. So you know, private November, December is usually written in November, December. So it was around Christmas period and around this festive period, that 2015, that I discovered that I would go back to write WAEC again. So my fastest option was to prepare for the May-June WAEC for secondary school. Then next person said, "Why did you not use your BSc anatomy to get a direct entry into 200 level medicine and surgery?" Are you seriously thinking I didn't try it? Of course I did, but you know, I didn't really have so much time to do that. I graduated in 2015, quite all right, but you know, universities in Nigeria, I did my external defense in February 2016. So it's not like as if I graduated in 2015 and then my certificate was suddenly ready for me to use. No, I actually graduated in 2015, but my external defense was in February 2016. So by the time my certificate and blah 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 was ready, it was already late into 2016. So I could only apply for direct entry twice, and that was in 2017 and 2018. And 2017 was my NYSC year, and not many Nigerian medical schools will accept direct entry without NYSC. So I'm sure I applied direct entry 2017, it didn't work out. 2018 I applied to Unical direct entry, it eventually worked out, but it came late. It came after I started second semester in 100 level in my present school. So after my dad had paid all the school fees and school charges, like, what's the sense? it didn't make any sense for me to forgo all the money that had been spent just because I want to start in 200 level when I was already in second semester 100 level. So that was the logic. I left the admission. I didn't accept the Unical direct entry admission. That was what happened because it came late. This person said, how were you able to keep the passion for medicine alive? Some would have just given up and said, I'm now a graduate now, maybe I should just go for MSc or PhD. To be honest, initially that's all I really wanted for my throughout my first degree. I didn't really give anatomy my best. That's one of the strongest reasons why I didn't graduate with a first class. I didn't give anatomy my best because I never liked anatomy. I never wanted it, so I was just doing it like a side stuff while still preparing for JAMB for my MBBS admission. So I can't even imagine myself doing something else. Yeah, that's how it was. But when the admission was not forthcoming after my 5th JAMB, if you've watched my JAMB story, you would understand what I'm talking about. If you've not watched it, please go and see it. I'll leave the link up for you. So after my 5th JAMB that I applied for Unical and it didn't work out, I was so disappointed. I gave up completely. So it was in 2018 that I actually went to Unical to pick up form to do masters in public health, but God actually spoke up. He ministered to me and told me, no, this is not what I want you to do. I want you to be a medical doctor. And I was like, yes, I know you want me to be a medical doctor, but the admission is not forthcoming. And God told me, don't worry, that he's going to give me the admission. That was how my admission in 2018 came about. My mom also received administration. What you're meant to do is medicine, and that was how, if you've watched that story, you understand how my mom begged me and tried to coerce me, not coerce per se, begged me and persuaded me into registering for JAMB. So that was what happened. My passion actually died, but God brought it back and gave me the admission just when I had given up. So that is what happened. Next person said, you're so right. When she said her first degree was anatomy, MBBS was her second, I was so shocked. That's a passion right there, especially with the stress of medicine. As well with you. Thank you very, very much for the person who commented this. Yes, thank you very much. I usually get that crazy reaction when I tell people that this is my second degree because of how young that I look. Yes, I know. I understand, but thank you very much. This is very encouraging. This person said, what did you do differently that made you have over 260 in JAMB in your final year? Like I've said earlier on, I was preparing for JAMB throughout my first year, second year, third year, fourth year. I was preparing for JAMB, so my final year was just the time that I had to pour out all the preparations that I did in my second year and my third year. So, and probably it was getting closer to the time when my admission was to come, so that was a sign that it is now time for you to do the MBBS. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry this video was too long, I had to cut it short into parts, so come back next week. I'm going to upload the rest of this video, and please, you can continue dropping your comments and your questions. I will answer them in the next video. Bye.